the other thing you wouldn't do is to make sure a foundational product is something that is consumed every 30 days, unless you want your paycheck to be a yo-yo. Like, do you want a product coming in and then the next month it doesn't get ordered? And without an order, there's no commissions. Do you want that happening to your paycheck? And the answer for almost everyone should be no. I want a consistent check that grows month after month after month. That is only going to come from foundational type products that are getting used over and over on a 30-day basis or less. Okay, there might be some that are being consumed every 10 days or 15 days, depending on packaging. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I am happy to have you back here with us for another week. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about how to use the products in your company or service in your company to create foundational, sustainable wealth in your organization and for yourself and for the people in your team. Okay. And so, for years, I struggled with this with our own opportunity as the company would release new products. There would be a lot of excitement and we would see volumes run up, but then we would see volumes come down. And sometimes the volume would come down further than before the product launch. And then 6 months later, a year later, another product launch, more excitement, volume runs again, and then potentially drops even further than it did before. And I had to start kind of analyzing what's going on, like what's happening, why is this happening? And through years of watching this, and frankly becoming frustrated with it, I had to find a solution for it and just kind of ask what was going on. And so that's what today's episode is about: is finding your what I call foundational products versus gateway products. So that's what we're going to be talking about today: your foundational products or services. Okay, if you're in a service-based company, but a lot of you guys are in product-based companies. And then what is a gateway product? So let's start with some foundational stuff. What would help you identify in your company what a foundational product is? Okay. First of all, you need to start with what you are using every month. All right. Now, some of you, like myself, really, really enjoy the products of the company and use, frankly, almost all the products, right? But all of the products are not foundational. And I don't use all of the products that our company makes every month, because some of it isn't even, some of our products, frankly, last longer than a month. So anyway, here's the deal. There are certain products in our product line and your product line that are kind of like non-negotiables, right? Like, you're going to take them, like, even when you travel, you make sure those are the ones you have with you, right? When it's inconvenient to have packing stuff and moving stuff, there's always that certain few products that it's going with you, right? So that would be your tip. Number one, that might be a foundational product for you and your team and your company, is the non-negotiable products, the ones that you're going to take every day. And I would say, even if there was not an opportunity, would you still take the product? Like, if there was no commissions attached to the product, would you still take that product? And for me, there absolutely is products that we would take regardless of earning any commissions on it, just because of the benefit and the value that we get out of the products. So that's number one. Number two thing that you can do to identify foundational products for yourself is get with your company and find out what are the top 3 or top 5 products that consultants and customers are using month after month after month. In other words, what is the highest retention SKU? Or, SKU is just, it's just a term used to identify like the barcode, right? Of what goes out. So corporates calls them SKUs sometimes. Sorry, maybe shouldn't have said that to confuse anyone. What's the most popular product leaving the factory? What's the top 3 highest retention, most purchased product for the longest period of time, not in a short period of time, because when you have a brand new product that launches for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, that might be the highest selling product. But then what about month five, month six, month seven? I'm talking about what is the longest standing top five, top three product that your company sells over years of subscriptions. That for sure would tell you it's one of your foundational type products. Okay. So that's a little bit of insight. The other thing you won't do is to make sure a foundational product is something that is consumed every 30 days, unless you want your paycheck to be a yo-yo. Like, do you want a product coming in and then the next month it doesn't get ordered? And without an order, there's no commissions. Do you want that happening to your paycheck? And the answer for almost everyone should be no. I want a consistent check that grows month after month after month. That is only going to come from foundational type products that are getting used over and over on a 30-day basis or less. Okay, there might be some that are being consumed every 10 days or 15 days, depending on packaging. But at a minimum, every 30 days, the products are being purchased. All right. So that will give you, those three things will give you some insight if something's foundational. Are you using it every day? Is the company selling it and it's one of the high retention products for not just a few months, but years? And then making sure it's consumable every 30 days. So that's in alignment with subscriptions, because that's what this business is a subscription-based model business, right? So those things would make a product or product line foundational, right? Now, you also want to be able to build with foundational products all that you need to be commissionable. So in some companies, it's 100, 200, 300, 400 points, whatever it is. But there is a threshold that you have to meet month over month to earn commissions. You want to be able to reach those thresholds with foundational type products. Now, that doesn't mean, let's say in your company, it's 400 or 500 points to be commissionable. I'm not saying that you have to purchase that much, okay? But usually, between what you purchase and what you sell as a consultant distributor will count towards that qualification. All right. So just make sure that you're building the rock solid foundation with products that people want to use month after month after month. And then on top of the foundational products, we have gateway products. So, of course, I know people that sell thousands of dollars a month in product, but they're not all foundational type products. They're gateway products. So, what's a gateway product? A gateway product is something that is maybe an easy conversation to have. Like, for instance, weight loss. Weight loss to me is it's always going to be a conversation. For the end of time, there's going to be people that are wanting to lose weight. Even if they don't need to lose weight, they want to lose weight and are looking for ways to take off the extra pounds. Okay, that's going to be like an endless, timeless thing. However, usually people don't stay on a weight loss product and consume the whole product every 30 days. At some point, they reach the certain weight that they like, and then they maintain. And so that's a gateway product. It's a product to bring people into the doors, then educate them on your foundational products. Okay, so that's just one example of a gateway type product. There can be a number of promos, whether it's different flavors of an already existing drink, add-ons or layers to a skincare company or skincare product line. That's just one more product, something that's new that's out there. Just things that are typically hot in the marketplace. These are things that network marketing companies will bring to market because there's a buzz around it. And then people will attract new buyers or maybe even reignite some old buyers. These are gateway type products. But one of the biggest mistakes I see happening and have watched happen is that business opportunity meetings. So you have a network marketing company that sells products, okay? I've seen so many times that as new products are released, without knowing if it's going to be a long-term seller, without knowing if even you're going to use the product long term, it gets into the presentation deck as part of the business opportunity. That is a massive, massive mistake. You need to figure out what your foundational products are or product. Like for me, it's a product for the business opportunity. It's how we develop the story of what our company became. It's a product and has always been a product. And when the company released other products, people thought I was crazy for not just layering and layering. It gets ridiculous, guys. I've been with the same company for almost 17 years. I've watched multiple product launches. Should we just keep layering? Should we just keep adding slides to the deck? Should we just keep adding 5-minute sections to our presentation every time there's a new product or new flavor to our presentation? Think about it. I mean, you'd have 3-hour presentations. That is not what your people have come to hear when it comes to a business opportunity. In fact, the more products you talk about in a business opportunity, the less validation for all of the products together. You can't say this is the greatest product on earth, and then you bring another product up and you go, oh, but this one's great too. And then, oh, by the way, we got this other one that does, and this is the greatest product. And wait, no, we got this other one too. It complements the greatest product. You guys might be laughing, but I've watched this happen over and over and over. Pick a product or product line, and that becomes the foundation for your business opportunity. This is critical information I'm giving you guys. You do not have to review 3 or 4 or 5 different type products in a business overview. It's a business overview. The product is one part of the business overview. There's many other things, many other things that you need to be talking about in the overview. Okay. And then these other products just become basically funnels. Okay. That you should be running campaigns. If you're not running a campaign once every 60 to 90 days, you're probably messing up. And what are those campaigns? Well, it could be weight loss. It could be energy related. It could be sleep related. It could be brain fog related. It could be a number of different things, campaigns that you run. These campaigns can be on foundational products, but a lot of times they're on gateway type products. Gateway type products that are maybe easy conversations to have. Or how about this? How many times do you hear people say, well, what do you feel, right? People want to feel something, smell something, touch something. Like they want to know the immediate gratification. Well, maybe your foundational product doesn't give you immediate gratification. Maybe your foundational products take months actually for them to be able to really start to shine in what they're doing for your health. Okay. That's not unheard of, guys. But there's other products that you can use as a gateway product to get people looking at the catalog. That is instant gratification. Maybe it is an energy drink. Maybe it is some type of skincare. Maybe, it could be a variety of different things that you can use in your campaigns to get people's attention. And then once you get their attention as customers, you love on them, you give them VIP service, and then let's see if we can bring them into the business. Okay. Now, if you're talking strictly business, then you don't have to talk about all those things because, again, the product is just one piece of the equation, right? You don't have to have this extra special product. It needs to solve a problem, okay? You don't have an opportunity with a product-based company if that product is not solving a major problem. But I've seen this happen so many times, guys. So just understand the 3 elements that make up a foundational product, okay? And stick to that. You use it unconditionally. Number 2, it's one of the top 3 or top 5 sellers in the company's history for years and years, not for months and months, for years and years. And 3, it's consumable, like every 30 days, right? It needs to be gone so people are reordering. Those would identify your foundational products. And then gateway is what you use to just bring in new people, get new eyeballs, have new conversations, or maybe even people that aren't really interested the first time in your foundational products, but they might be interested in one of your gateway products Now you can bring them into the company, into the fold, into the community. And who knows? Once they get introduced to the community, the company, the events, the all the things, they may want to join you in the business, right? So be really clear on this. This is an important conversation for you to be able to build a solid foundation because if your check is not growing in network marketing, it probably means that your team is not clear on one or two things. What are the foundational products and how much is the absolute standard for how much of that product they're going to sell each month. Standard meaning commissionable. Like in our organization, it's 300. Everybody knows that that's the standard 300 in sales every month, whether that's their own personal consumption or they are selling that much. It's 300. Everybody knows it. Everybody does it. And when you do that, when everybody knows these are the foundational products, and with these products, we are going to have 300 points in sales every month, you build a rock solid subscription model that doesn't fluctuate. Why doesn't it fluctuate? Because people want to use it every month, guys, for themselves. And then they have other customers that want to use it every month for themselves, regardless of compensation. This is not hard. This is not rocket science. Now, if you start changing subscriptions in and out and getting people excited about these gateway products and maybe that product doesn't live up to what everybody's expectations are, then sometimes those people, you know what they do? They just shut their subscriptions off completely. And then you've got an erratic paycheck, erratic volumes, and people wondering what's going on in their business. So I hope you've enjoyed the information today. This is an important one because I know what you want. I know you want consistent pay. I know you want a paycheck that goes up every month, and you will not have it if you don't clearly know what your foundational products are versus your gateway products. All right. See you guys next week. Tell your friends about this, tag them, send the messages out. Let me know what type topics you want me to touch on. Send me some messages and I'll put some content together around it. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.